So let's talk about the arm. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Okay, I'm going to move it around a little bit. So, well, this is a pretty simple, right? It's the deltoid. That's your shoulder muscle. Now let's look at the muscles, rotator cuff muscles that surround your scapula. So this muscle that basically number 6 here, that feels that subscapular fossa, the anterior fossa on the scapulae, is, not surprisingly, subscapularis. Okay? Now if we move to the back and we look at these muscles here, number 2, which is located under the spine, is also, not very surprisingly, infraspinatus. And this muscle right here, that is located above the spine, is supraspinatus. Okay? Just like fossa named. Now again, if we go back here and we look at this muscle, this is teres major, one of the adductor of an arm. Okay? And this one is teres minor. Also adductor, but not super strong. Okay? That's your rotator cuffs. Now, upper arm here is ridiculously simple. The flexor, main flexor of the elbow is biceps. Okay? Another really important participant in elbow flexing is this muscle, which is called brachialis. These two muscles sometimes get confused when students answer, so don't. Okay? Biceps brachii and brachialis. The extensor of the elbow is triceps. So far so good? Okay, lo and behold, we're going into the forearm. This is the pain in the ass. 9 muscles. Yeah, 9 muscles that you need to know. And the names of 2 of them consist of 4 words. Okay? It's so logical, so what I usually suggest, how you remember that, just like with carpal bones, remember how we memorized them? Rows, and a certain order, and you just write it down. Same here. So first, you find whatever the question asks. If it's forearm, you find Brachioradialis. This is Brachioradialis. It's together, now look, Brachioradialis together with Brachialis, with biceps and with Brachialis, these 3 muscles, main participants in flexing the elbow. Which 2 get confused often? Brachioradialis and Brachialis. Just kind of, when you have a dichotomy, it's always somewhat of a confusion, so don't. So you identify Brachioradialis, and then you start moving into this direction in order to build a proper order. Okay? So muscles here on the anterior aspect of your arm, anterior aspect of your antebrachial region, let's put it this way. 4 muscles here are, 3 of them are flexors basically, meaning that they, flex. The first one, number 12, this one, is not the flexor. It's called pronator teres. So what it does, pronates your arm. Okay? Next muscle, number 13, is 3 words. Flexor, Carpi, lateral side, Radialis. So it loosely runs along the radius. Next muscle here is Palmaris Longus. So if you look at this, the tendon inserts loosely in the palm and allows you to to this, okay? And then the fourth muscle, number 15 here, that runs almost strictly along ulna is Flexor Carpi Ulnaris. So your Flexor Carpi Ulnaris will be here, basically on the side of an arm. That makes sense? I'm going to go one more time. The sort of mnemonic rule for this is pass fail, pass fail. PF, PF. Okay? So you've got pronator teres, Flexor Carpi Radialis, Palmaris Longus, Flexor Carpi Ulnaris. That's the anterior aspect. We good? Then we move on to the posterior aspect of your arm, which is all extensors. So they will do this, combined. Now we finished on this muscle right here, which is Flexor Carpi Ulnaris, and its neighbor, it's supposed to be number 16, but who cares? Here. This is Extensor Carpi Ulnaris. Okay? All muscles that you need to know on the anterior aspect of the forearm will start with E. So, Extensor Carpi Ulnaris. Next one, number 17 here, it's called Extensor Digitorum, and it's not really surprising because if you trace it all the way through the tendons, the insertion point are 3 middle fingers. So Extensor Digitorum does basically this. Extends your 3 middle fingers. That makes sense? 2 more. Here. It's muscles number 18 and 19. I need to find them myself. So these two are Extensor Carpi Radialis. Now, number 18 is shorter than number 19. So number 18, get ready, Extensor Carpi Radialis brevis, short. And number 19 is Extensor Carpi Radialis longus. Okay? And then you end up with Brachioradialis again. So you made a full circle. One more time. Forearm muscles. Pronator teres, P. Flexor Carpi Radialis, F. Palmaris Longus, P. Flexor Carpi Ulnaris, F. Extensor Carpi Ulnaris, E. Extensor Digitorum, E. Extensor Carpi Radialis brevis, Extensor Carpi Radialis longus, Brachioradialis again. Are we clear?